Hey, Chris.
Hey, Eric.
By now, at this point in January, I think, our 5th mini-series is available covering all of the Panzer Dragoon games for Saturn.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be great. Or it was great, excuse me.
Yeah, we haven't produced it yet, but let's go back to our high school selves where the worst thing in the world is being a poser.
Can you please redefine what a poser is?
A poser, according to my high school self, is somebody who pretends to be into shit while not actually having the knowledge of being into that shit.
So, like, if you say you're into Dragon Ball Z, but you don't get fan sub VHSs from some weird GeoCities
right,
site.
if you don't express yourself as a consumer of this media by buying everything possible, then you're obviously not as into it as people that are really into that media. It's important to be competitive with your fandom, Chris.
Yes, absolutely.
It's actually not, but we still don't want to be posers.
No.
So when you told me you were going to play Panzer Dragoon Saga, Panzer Dragoon, and Panzer Dragoon's Fight on emulator, I was like, well, I don't think you should do that.
Oh.
So I brought my Sega Saturn here.
Okay.
With every single Saturn game on the Saturn.
Oh, does it have Dragon Ball Z Legends?
Probably.
Okay.
Probably.
Been wanting to try the Saturn version of that. It's apparently superior to the PlayStation version.
It does not have the 4 megabyte RAM card, so sorry about all the Capcom fighters. I'm keeping that for myself.
Okay.
But I still expect you to, like, play these games on emulation primarily, but I want you to at least see Panzer Dragoon and Zwei. Not Saga, just the first two on the CRT that you have. And I have cables, and I've got the analog controller straight from Japan here for you with the analog nub.
So now when I'm
it only works on Zwei, but
when I'm setting up my Xbox One controller to work on the Sega Dreamcast, I don't have to Google a picture of a Saturn controller.
Jesus Christ.
That's what I had
with the button layouts and shit. Yeah,
because I was trying to set up controls and I was like, I don't know. I'm glad this game only needs a few buttons. So
what Dreamcast game were you playing?
I meant to say Saturn. Excuse me,
folks. He's already confusing Saturn and Dreamcast.
Yeah.
Look at this poser.
Yeah, it's for sure. It's true.
All right, well, that's all I got. Please check out our Panzer Dragoon miniseries available at the $5 tier on our patreon.com/retroam. Play the intro music, Mark.
Welcome to Retrograde Amnesia, a comprehensive podcast where we discuss classic Japanese RPGs, chapter by chapter, beat by beat. This is Suikoden II. I think this is episode 14 of the Suikoden II section, but 36 of the season 4, so please don't be confused like I am every time I try to name a file. My name is Chris. I'm joined by Eric. Hello, Eric.
What's up, Chris? I'm naming our summary files by the total number, not the Suikoden II number. I hope that's not confusing.
It's not confusing because I typically put those in the ID3 tags as soon as I process the file, so it's usually just the last one on the list.
Great.
So it works out fine. Plus, I'm trying to name the files intelligently.
Ha ha! A man thinks he can communicate with computer files intelligently.
We're also joined by the Real Net collective of patrons who are listening to us and watching us. Hello on YouTube. Record live. That's what we're doing, and they're watching us. You too can do this at patreon.com/retroam, where you can do this and also get other benefits. Hello, it's the morning. This episode is brought to you by Dented Razor. Thank you, Dented Razor, for your contribution. My favorite fun fact about Dented Razor?
PVM Maestro?
Well, yeah, actually, that is my favorite. My second favorite is Soul Blazer Randomizer Speedrunner Player.
Professional.
Which is amazing. So thank you, Dented Razor, for your support and contributions to the community.
This is Dented Razor. You're welcome, Chris.
And for bonus content, when you listen live, you hear about an extra 2.5 minutes of me and Chris making speaking mistakes.
That's true.
We are also joined by the Fake Net, our post-production AI companion, who is also an unlockable character class in Xenoblade Chronicles 3.
Initializing Fake Net.
The Fake Net class was cut early in development because it offered zero tangible benefits to non-digital entities.
Oh, what kind of hero quest do you have to do for Fake Net in order to get her hero class?
You have to go slaughter a bunch of Crabbles and Caterpiles because they're like chewing up the centralized data ports in one of those colony computer mainframe things.
Okay, data ports. Gotcha. Okay, well, I'm glad you're here, Fake Net. Thank you so much for joining us once again. I hope that you are having a great time in your Xenoblade Chronicles 3. If you want to know more about that, Fake Net, you can go to patreon.com/retroam and listen to our special random experimental bonus episode called
Hot Chicken Blades.
Hot Chicken Blades.
Where Eric and I ate chicken and talked about Xenoblade Chronicles, where you can hear all of our speaking mistakes on there because we did not edit it. We just threw it up there.
It's on Chris's porch. You can hear crickets.
Yeah, I love crickets. Fear nothing. So, Eric, speaking of fearing, I'm fearing what we're going to have to do next because we are reinvesting ourselves into a slight regurgitation of the Suikoden 1 Neclord saga.
Does this make like Suikoden 1 feel, or Suikoden 1 feel like it's a 1.0 test run, kind of like how Dark Souls was the make good on ideas for Demon Souls? They're doing a lot of the same shit over and over again, but much better.
I've seen people suggest
the localization.
I've seen people suggest that before.
Because the other three don't follow this as closely, do it, like the same kind of pattern and stuff, right?
3 and 4 don't. 5 kind of tries to do Suikoden 2 again.
Neclord come back in 5?
No, I don't think so. No, I don't think so because Suikoden 5 takes place before this. But I think it's closer to these people know what they're doing now and they want to. Well, maybe you're right. They know what they're doing now and they're like, oh, we could have done this with Neclord. Let's just bring it back, you know? It's a good little. So it's season 10 of this podcast when we know what we're doing and we do Xenogears again. Season 10. Sure, yeah. That's exactly what's happening.
Perfect.
Let's do it that way.
But now we're going back to North Window.
Yes, we've got the Star Dragon sword in tow.
I head back and that low kind of rumbling, ominous noise. We can't figure out if it's water, wind, or whatever. It resumes. Mm-hmm. Victor then says the real shit. Well, time to kill a vampire. Star Dragon sword, don't fail this time, which is... He's still digging into the sword for being a failure when it's equal their fault. Yeah. The sword, to no one in particular, replies, stupid bag of flesh. Khan wants to go to Neclord's place first, since he knows how to seal off the power of Neclord. Victor tells me we're going in, and we all party up. I walk up to the door at the top where Neclord's castle is, where he built it, where it fell into existence. Where'd this castle come from?
No, I think this castle, it was just here, and Neclord has decided to use it as a fortress.
All right. We walk into Neclord's castle. Music, the fugue, praise be to my master.
Plays. I don't have praise be to my master. I just have praise to my master. So, you know.
Some nice, well-laid stone in this area. It's a nice castle, but other parts are just a wreck of rubble.
Yes, this place is very obviously a castle dungeon that is larger than the castle is larger than the dungeon itself. Remember when we went to the zombie dragon lair in the first game, and there were like rocks in certain areas because they had to reconfigure this future headquarters into a dungeon, and that's what's going on here.
So I appreciate there's a bunch of, I think we've talked about this before. One of our favorite things is when a church, ideally with a bunch of stained glass windows, stops being a church because it runs out of money or has too many scandals or whatever. Yes. And it gets repurposed into a bar or a music venue or something like that. Mm-hmm. This is generally the same thing where castles are obviously built to be castles so people can rule over them. Or, I don't know, fake. Now, what's the primary reason so many castles were built in Europe?
Initializing fakenet.
In the Middle Ages, Europe was like a puzzle with little pieces of lands owned by numerous landowners. All of them had the responsibility to protect their subjects, so they started to build castles, from small ones to big ones, depending on their means and natural resources available. See also, feudalism.
Whatever that is.
The answer's going to be just religion. That's fakenet's one-word answer.
Okay, I've honestly have no idea. European history, gone, nothing. Yeah. But I'm glad that Suikoden is like powering through that ethos of, let's do something else with this castle. Let's repurpose it. What kind of enemies did you fight in here?
Well, Eric, I fought sorcerers, which were those Kamehameha cool-looking sorcerers that we have fought, I think, in the Star Dragon Sword Cave.
I fought Shadow Man, who's a sheet ghost with Jawa eyes.
Oh, really? I don't think I ran into him.
It wasn't Shadow Man, the Dreamcast game, either.
No, unfortunately it wasn't. Did you notice that the encounter rate here was extremely low? Yeah. As compared to some of the other places? It's weird.
Sometimes I wonder if that's in my head or if that's actually in Suikoden 2, if encounter rates are adjusted depending on your environment or your party makeup or your level or something like that.
I felt like in my situation, I felt that like I could feel that it was low, so I just started going back and forth and getting no battles. It was interesting.
It fears giving you battles.
It does fear them. At some point, we get to like a Baphomet statue pushing puzzle.
Oh, I've had statue of Minotaur Man. You think it's Baphomet, Mr. Satan?
Yeah, could be.
I looked up what to do. You push the left statue more to the left, and it opens up a door in the north wall. Why'd I look that up? That was so fucking easy.
Yeah, the second scorpion door. There's like two scorpion doors, and one of them opens like easily, and the other one, you have to kind of figure this out.
There's a darkness rune in a chest?
Yes. Would you like to know about the darkness rune, Eric?
I would, yes.
Yeah, we talked previously about children runes, about how we are in possession, I think, of the Blue Gate rune, which is a child rune of Leknot and Wendy's Gate rune, right? Mm-hmm. The darkness rune is a child rune of the Soul Eater. Oh. So this gives you access to the Soul Eater spells, except for the The final Soul Eater spell in the first game was Judgment. That spell is exclusive to the True Rune version, the Tyr McDowell version. So you have the 3 other spells plus like 1 lower tier spell that Tyr didn't have. Get it? Anyway, please enjoy that rune. Please enjoy that you're bringing back the deadly fingertips.
The next puzzle room I find is just a bunch of torches, some lit, some not. I do random things. I copied the pattern, open up a door to a blue ribbon.
Yes, a blue ribbon. What does that do? Do we know? Oh, I thought.
Yeah, we do. Fake Ned.
Oh.
Initializing fake net.
Defense +6, and it prevents the wearer from being targeted.
You can also solve this puzzle and open the true door by just lighting the 4th torch.
Yes.
Eventually, I make it to a gorgeous outdoor bridge from one tower to another.
In the canon of JRPG castle bridges, is this number 3?
It's okay, but what happens later is you go on this bridge, which, by the way, has cherubic devils, bats, and baby heads.
Yeah.
You go up, and then you go up to a stair, and then cross an identical bridge that I think is 1 floor up.
Yeah.
And I thought I was crossing, like, I put the controller down and looked back up, and like, which fucking direction do I go? So it looks gorgeous, it has a good practical purpose, but it confused me, and it made me angry at it.
So my top bridge is, this might be a bit of an upset, but my top bridge is the Viper Manor Bridge.
Oh, God, yeah, the Viper Manor bridges with that moon looming in the top.
Yeah.
The orange moon.
And
is it ever daytime there, or is it always night?
I think we're only there at night. We're only there on a sneaking mission. My second is the Chrono Trigger Bridge in the Guardia Castle, where you fight the steam dragon tank thing on there. I always liked that, the way that bridge looked.
My favorite bridge is the bridge that opens Star Ocean that the captain's on and says, "What the hell?"
Yeah.
It is a star-based bridge, but, you know.
I gotcha.
Different kind of bridge.
Bridge Commander, VR game, Star Trek, Star Ocean.
Here's my notes. Dude, I'm going crazy. I keep leaving and then coming out in the same place. Maybe it's a different bridge. I do this 10 times. Am I going crazy? I should stop playing video games forever. I enter a door at the top, then find Neclord once again playing his goddamn vampire organ like a goddamn vampire.
That's what he's doing.
He loves it. But then he stops, clearly annoyed, then stomps his foot on the ground as he stands up. He then, like, flies into standing position. It's super cool.
Yeah. He's, like, hovering a little bit.
Music, Sedition Alternate plays, and Neclord speaks.
Yes, he says, "I've been waiting for you, Victor, Star Dragon Sword, and... Is that the Marley boy? I'm so glad you've come." I forgot we had Khan. It's been a couple weeks since we recorded, but yeah, we've got Khan Marley,
with us.
Who is the Belmont of Suikoden. Khan says, "Between the Star Dragon Sword and the vampire hunting secrets of the Marley, your time is running out."
Marley family.
Yes, they're definitely... Yeah, Marley family, excuse me. They're definitely the Belmonts.
He tries to get epic so bad. Like, he wants to be a Belmont so bad.
Yeah. Victor says, "That's right, bitch, get ready to die." I don't think he said that.
He doesn't say bitch.
Okay. Why'd I write that? I guess I was making a
Chris
joke.
is embellishing to, like, further the point.
Yeah.
Chris is relocalizing the game on the fly.
Yeah.
Victor draws and slashes his sword, and I think we're about to go, but then Neclord says, "Wait, don't be in such a rush. Of course I understand that, but I have my own ideas as well. I'm an independent thinker." That's why I summoned you.
Did he say that? Or
no, he didn't say that.
Okay, sorry for our relocalizations here, but I think we're getting pretty good at it.
Neclord would do that shit.
Yeah.
That's why I summoned you. I have someone that I'd like you to meet. My dude raises his hand, and a lady in a blue dress rises out of the ground.
Yeah.
So what do you think? Feeling nostalgic? Her name is Daisy, isn't it? And what's Victor call him?
Bastard.
Yeah. Neclord keeps trying to cut a deal. Well, do you give up? Just hand the Star Dragon sword to me, and I'll let you have the girl, okay? But then Daisy speaks and, like, slowly says Victor's name.
Yep.
So sometimes, Chris, in my own dreams, I speak to my dead grandparents, and I have no idea what to say. So I imagine Victor is going through something similar, where there's this illusion that looks very real, and it even talks back, and it knows my name. What do you say to that shit?
Well, Victor is visibly shook here,
yeah,
I guess.
Neclord got his ass.
Yeah, we think. And I tell Victor to, please do not give that sword over.
Yeah, because Victor lowers his sword and moves close.
Yeah.
You can don't give him the sword or dots. I hit him with dots. Khan jumps in, though, telling Victor that if we lose the night rune, we'll never be able to defeat Neclord. Neclord then he's seemingly aware that this is the plan because he made it.
Daisy's calling for help here.
Yeah, that sucks. Victor unloads dots, then Neclord says, "What's wrong with you? Hand the sword over to me." Then something cool happens. Victor moves over to Daisy right in front of her. Then he either grabs her right tit or shoulder and says, "Star Dragon sword?" Did you see this?
I thought he was, like, getting in fighting pose.
Okay, I thought he put a hand on her.
Oh, I didn't read it that way. Maybe my brain filled in some space in between the two because of the way this is staged.
The sword says, "Do whatever you like," which is the sword truly indifferent to what happens to it, or does it want to kill Neclord too? Or is the sword telling Victor what he needs to hear? Does he want Victor to have the agency to make the right choice?
I don't know if the Star Dragon sword normally cares about things, but I'm pretty sure that there's at least some sort of personal beef, at least from our previous experience between the old SDS and Neclord, just because he wasn't able to finish him off last time.
Victor logics it out. A lot of years have passed since then. It was so long ago, I can barely even remember her face. Okay, listen to me, bloodsucker. I know that once a person is dead, they're gone forever. Then Victor takes a step backward. Victor here isn't stupid enough to be fooled by your little drama.
Yes.
Drama is to me, the original localization rather than drama would have been like production or stage or like fake thing. What happens next?
He clicks his sword. You know how like the people click their sword?
Yeah.
Like, how do you click it? Swords don't click.
Well, I think like maybe you push it back into the hilt, or like maybe when like the grip to move it out, there's like some moisture where it sticks and you click I
always see this in like film and anime when somebody first grabs their sword, even if it's not sheathed, there's a little click there to signify they're about to do something, but there's not necessarily anything clicking. It's
fake. Now, why do swords click?
I don't think swords actually click, though.
Why do swords click?
Initializing fake.
It depends on the scabbard. If the mouth of the scabbard is coated or reinforced with some kind of metal, when the sword is drawn, it will make a click sound.
I think it's dramatic. Anyway, he lops off that little girl's head.
Dude. He pulls back and slices off her head, which flies off her body with incredible detail.
Yes, it's beautiful.
Then the body falls over.
I think we made a joke in the first Suikoden game about Victor being like the designated head lopper before we met that one guy.
Here it is.
He's doing it.
Is this the first actual beheading we've seen on screen?
Yeah, everything that happened
like
in the first yeah.
Like this should have been, I was like, oh God, that was some M-rated shit right there. They snuck this one in.
Yeah, they did. Wow.
Victor then like flings off the blood. There's an animation for him to like do the thing where you like slide the sword really fast and the moisture flings off it, raises his sword and says, "Let's go, pal." The sword for some reason says, "Watch what you call me."
Yeah,
like don't call me friend, pal.
Yeah, continuing the bit that they had in the cave.
I wish the crowd who was here would have like visibly like stepped back or like shook or something at Victor just slicing off his whatever's head.
Yeah.
She says, "Let's go, Rio," and we get a choice. One that is clearly playing off Victor and Star Dragon Sword, their energy. The choice is, yeah, or careful how you talk to me.
Ooh.
I would also legitimately be making jokes in this moment, so I picked careful how you talk to me.
Yeah.
We all move in. Then Neclord steps back and says, well, anyway, we've got bigger things to worry about. I'm is spelled wrong. Sorry. Khan then screams at Neclord to wait, who bids us farewell and says we'll meet again.
We're gonna, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't know what happens with this game. I don't know if this is the last time we see Neclord. I don't think it is, because Khan Marley's story still has to be resolved.
Yeah.
But in my professional hope as a podcaster and JRPG fan is the Neclord is like the link between every Suikoden game where you just get a little bit further in his plot every single time with a different group of heroes.
That would be cool.
But it would require, like, one, it could never end, because who knows when the games end, and two, if it doesn't, I think we're going to see Neclord again in this game.
Yeah, I don't think that would have been a sustainable practice to keep Neclord just popping up, because Victor's not in every game. But
Neclord surely made dozens of enemies over the
true.
course of 500 years or whatever.
Oh, they couldn't do Neclord, so they just did Vicky.
Vicky. I don't understand functionally why you don't have this moment happen now.
I actually was quite surprised by this, because I was surprised by two different things that happened. I didn't remember Neclord coming up in this game this early. Mm-hmm. And also, I expected Neclord to be one kind of episode, one scene, because I don't know what this game gets by dragging out this even longer. But I guess we'll see. I mean, I'm not going to make a judgment yet, but it was a little bit shocking just to see him peace out. Is Neclord working for somebody, or is this just a way for him to further his plotting? Like
in the
villainy?
previous game, he was aligned with Wendy in the before times when Ted got the Soul Eater rune. And she's gone as far as we know. So is he a freelance Dickhead now? Like, what's going on?
Yeah, freelancedickhead.com.
Redirect retrogamnesia.com. He raises his arms, disappears, and Victor says, "Shift key number profanity."
Yes, shift key number. Yeah, exactly. Khan assures Victor that he'll be back, assuming we're talking about Neclord. And I thought this is over.
Yeah, I was like, well, we're done.
Right, well, I was like, fuck, at least it's over, no boss battle.
We fight a Dark Souls boss.
Yeah, like apparently Neclord left a boss battle. I feel like maybe they staged the scene and then decided, we should probably put something mechanical here and then just have it pull up. But it is a Like you said, Dark Souls boss called the Abomination that looks fucked. It has 2 rows of heads.
Yeah.
3 fully functioning heads in the front and 2 struggling heads in the back.
Struggle head.
Yeah, it's down on all 4s. It also has like an open rib cage that looks like it can clamp down. When actually, I think it uses that in the move.
I think it's got grabby hand ribs too, like the ribs that are hanging down have grabby hands. Maybe.
Oh, that's Dark Soulsian.
The 4 legs are also hands, by the way. You know how feet are different than hands. Usually, he's definitely got 4 legs that are hands.
Oh, okay.
I don't like that.
No.
This is definitely the most fucked enemy we've seen thus far in this game, right? Like, this is, like, clearly something that... Do you think Neclord, like, hobby-kitted this thing together out of spare zombie parts? Or is that, like, because it's called Abomination, which means, like, an affront to God or whatever. So is this his pet?
Must be.
The fucking thing stomps on everyone for a group attack. I hate it.
Yeah, I think that's when it uses its grabby hand ribs to crush us.
Ugh. It also breathes pink fireballs on the whole group for 2 group attacks in 1 turn. Shit! ! For another one, it just calmly walks up and slaps Freed with both hands.
Yeah, I forgot we have
That was
Freed
really
here.
funny. It's a legit hard boss.
Yeah, when this thing gets hit, it does... I think we've referenced this before, but it has a hit sprite that evokes the Star Ocean accentuated facial features where its eyeballs bulge out and stuff like that. It's really nice looking. If you had decided to use runes here, which I don't know if you did, but...
No, of course not.
Khan has a resurrection rune by default, which is kind of the undead fighting magic, and it does a lot of damage, extra damage on this thing. So, feels good.
Afterward, music Sedition Alternate resumes, and Victor lowers his sword to exclaim, "Crap, he got away. Crap, crap, crap. Crap." He's shaking when he says this, and he lowers his head. Khan hits him with dots, fade to black. Comes back up, and we're at the entrance. That low rumbling resumes. Freed
Freedy
speaks first with nothing but dots for us. Then, anyway, we accomplished our mission, and Neclord has fled. We should go back to South Window and give a report. We accomplished our mission?
Well, I think our mission was to figure out the source of the disappearance of young girls and whatnot.
But not stop it. Just figure it out.
Well, we've driven him from North Window, which I guess is good enough.
Was Neclord's purpose with whoever he may or may not be working for to get us out of North Window because of what's about to happen?
Oh, man.
To distract the hero party?
That could be it. So you're saying maybe he's aligned with Luca Blight or whatever forces
maybe.
are.
I'm still entirely sure Luca Blight is the big bad. Like, I don't know if there's a Windy behind the scenes we haven't met yet that's like pulling strings on Luca Blight to make him.
Or
mad.
is Jowie Windy now?
Yeah, or is Jowie Windy, Jesus.
Once we get outside, Khan says goodbye for now.
He's had enough of this shit.
Yeah, he's going to follow Neclord, and when he finds him, he's going to let us know. So there's our thread here. I'm sure Khan's going to come back up to show us where to find Neclord later. That will likely be tied with the main plot, I would think.
I legit didn't know if that's just a tease for a side game or those Suiko Gaiden games. Like, I thought that could go anywhere. Like, that's just a dangling thread.
Yeah.
I had South out of here and all of our friends roll up.
Yeah, Flick and the gang. Yeah. Apple, Leona, and our boy Sai of the Divine Breath, Spear, tagging along here with Flick.
Nanami senses something is up, pacing a bit, then asking, "Hey, guys, what's up? What happened? Where is everybody?" This is everyone, though, so I'm like, what does that mean?
Yeah. Well, it's the circus crew isn't here with us, are they? Maybe they are. Who knows?
We took Rena, didn't we?
We have Eiley with us, and Rena was back babysitting Palika.
That's right.
But I think they're all here with us. Flick delivers the news, though. He says South Window has fallen to Highland.
Sedition plays.
Unrest. Sedition, yes. Freed says he can't... No, he doesn't say this. Freed can't believe this shit, and he pops into the sky. Freed demands to know what happened to Lord Grandmire.
He does jump, doesn't he?
Yeah, remember that Freed is very loyal to his Oathkeeper, whatever you want to call him. No, don't
call him Oathkeeper.
No, stop it.
No.
Stop it, no.
Stop it. Stop doing this.
No. Fuck.
His Promise Keeper. No, also not that.
No,
Shit.
Flick says he was killed by Solange. Holy shit.
Wow.
Freed again can't believe this shit, and it fades out.
It comes back up, and we're somewhere?
Yeah, we're back inside the castle.
It's like, get inside. We got to talk through his shit through.
Yeah, this is the room that will eventually become known as the Great Hall, I believe. And Freed asked to know what happened with South Window. Flick says that after we left South Window, they were attacked by General Solange's first company. Lord Grandmire surrendered unconditionally without a blow being struck. The next morning, the mayor's head was hanging from the castle gate.
Dude.
Shit, dude.
Flick says, I was with women and children, so I managed to get away.
He was with women, Chris.
Yes, he
Flick's
was.
a ladies' man.
He was.
Flick, coward or protector?
Protector.
Did he, sneak out with the women and the children? Did he not do something chivalrous to get out of here?
That's a good question, but I read it as if Flick is...
more important than the usual man?
Well...
Blue lightning flashes away.
No, he was just commenting on that he was in a lucky circumstance. Like he was with all these circus people, so they didn't get executed.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah. Rena steps forward. Who do you have to thank for getting away? Flick panics and sweats. He tells Rena to be quiet. Nanami has a question mark pop above her head. My question is, did Rena do another sex trick to escape?
Yeah, right.
Okay. Is that because did that happen at the border towards the beginning of the game?
Yeah, like also with the hooing, it has affected my life to like when tragic things happen to me in real life, and like rather than get mad, I just hoo out loud now.
Yeah. Happens. Flick carries on. He says, well, anyway, we got away and came after you. On the way, we met Apple, Sai, and Leona.
You know, the rest of the crew.
Yeah.
The people that we couldn't find after the original regroup.
Where is Gengen and Mukumuku? Where are my animal friends? Freed is sad.
Apple, who is also here, steps forward and says that the Highland is afraid of rebellion, so they're arresting former Muse and South Window soldiers all over the place. Victor paces to his right, looks out at the distance, then concludes it's only a matter of time before the Highland army comes here. But we've got a few people at this abandoned castle. What should we do? Say no more, sir.
No.
I know what to do with abandoned castles.
No.
Flick and Sai hit him with dots. So does Rena. I get a choice. Let's run away, or there must be a way.
Well, there must be a way, Eric.
I know there must be a way.
Yes.
Both Victor and Flick hesitate, wondering if we can stop the whole Highland army. But then Eiley steps forward. Is that what we agreed on?
Yes, Eiley.
Tokime Eiley.
I called her Ellie a minute ago, but yes, Eiley.
What's wrong? You should overdub yourself.
Eiley.
What's wrong with all of you? Is running away all that you can think of? Rio is right. There must be a way. There must be. Sai Debbie Downers this shit, though. But to fight a war we have no chance of winning is stupid.
Side the Divine Spear, you can do better than that.
Apple takes a step forward as music tactics plays.
This is her Apple moment.
Oh yeah, Apple's like, she's been waiting for this moment.
Yeah, even though she kind of had a moment before with the Mercenary Fortress, but her plan failed. So she's like, this is my next moment, my redemption arc.
Is Apple this game's selfie?
Woohoo!
With like her headstrong spirit and like failures that just build a better character.
I thought that
no
was...
blowing shit up.
I don't know. I was going to say Nanami, but Nanami increasingly becomes opposed to participating in the war.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Selfie would never turn down a good war.
Well, I guess, I mean, the most you can hope for is only a 75% selfie. So maybe whoever can get the closest to 75%.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We do have a chance. For a small force to defeat a larger force, strategy is needed. Which, yeah.
Yeah, the power of the science is needed.
With the right strategy, we have a chance to win. Victor asked for the strategy. Apple says she's not at the task. God damn it. And she learned that the hard way.
I think that when Victor says, yeah, and have you figured out the strategy, is a real good Victor retort to that. It's like, okay, well,
he's like, yeah, no shit.
Don't fucking look at me. I have no strategies.
But I know someone who is in Radat. Radat?
Sure.
FakeNet, how do you say Radat?
Initializing FakeNet.
Radat. The town is called Radat.
There is a man named Shu. Shu?
Shu.
Shu. There is a man named Shu.
He and I were both...
No, we're not doing that.
He and I were both students under Master Matthew. Matthew expelled him, but he's brilliant, a first-class strategist.
I love the expelled brilliant student angle.
Yeah?
Like in any kind of fiction, I think it's a really good a really good way to set up a character before you've met them. It's like, oh, there's an edgy strategist out there who, maybe bends the rules a little bit. Let's see what this character is.
You don't know like what level of fucked he is. Is he insane? Is he violent? Is he annoying? Is he pedantic? Like, what is his flaw that makes him unable to be Matthew's true student?
Yes.
Legit did not expect the Matthew expelled him butt angle, but here we go. I thought when she was talking about like a brilliant strat, I thought she was going to say Leon.
Oh, Silverberg. Leon Silverberg. Yeah,
like the other Silverberg.
Yeah.
Out in exile. If we can get him to join us, I'm sure he'll be able to think up a winning strategy. Flick then wises up. I guess you're right. We can't keep running to the edge of the world. Bolgan jumps and says that's right twice. Thank you, Bolgan.
I think the edge of the world is actually...
Is this a flat earth?
A proper name, like a proper concept. Because I believe that at some point when discussing Templeton or reading about Templeton, his goal was to map the edge of the world. So I don't think they... So
the globe has not been circumnavigated yet?
It seems like maybe not. Wow. Too much war. Suikoden means war. There's too much war.
What if it's like a planet the size of Jupiter, though, and there's just no fucking ever getting around?
That's true. It's like
that's why it's so big.
They were planning on making about 14 different Suikoden games, so they needed a lot of geography.
We should do that in 20 years when we start to make our own RPG. Just that'll be our what's the Chris
Gimmick?
Roberts? No, the Star game. Star Citizen.
Stars of Destiny. Oh, Stars.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We'll just do that with MMOs. That's $1 million idea. Victor is in, saying we should do our best, and Flick says, you and me should gather all the troops we can find. The South Window soldiers should still be around somewhere. As far as this guy's shoe goes, I'll leave it to you.
Ooh.
Do your best to get him in. Apple says she'll go with us. Then Leona tells us not to worry about Pilica, who I already forgot about, as she'll watch her. So Pilica she just keeps getting kicked around, man.
Yes, but guess what? This game is strong, and it's babysitting accounting.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know about leaving them at the bar, but...
Well, it's wartime.
Yeah.
We got to do our best.
I can't wait to see what Pilica's like Deus Ex Machina sequences, because like there has to be a reason she's kicked around. Like she's going to pull out like a golden tooth or something that is like combined with the rune to kill the last boss or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Nanami asks if Shu is handsome. Isn't that like more of a Rena type thing?
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah.
Maybe she's trying to compete with Rena. Apple was caught off guard. I don't know anything about that. Apple coded lesbian confirmed?
There's something in Apple's character profile that we should come back to.
Okay, cool.
About her relationship with Shu. And we're not doing Apple's profile yet because...
There could be like a brother thing, I guess.
Yeah, we're not going to do Apple's profile yet because there's some spoilers for some stuff that comes up later, so we'll just hold off on it.
We get to pick who we take with us. Chris, who do you pick?
Well, of course, Eric. I had to get my guy Ricky Maru. I missed him.
Mm-hmm.
Got to get him in here. And I also brought... I just brought all three street performers.
Streeters, nice.
So that I can... leverage their triple attack, and also many of these characters were already equipped, and I was like, fuck it, let's just let's go.
Well, I picked an all-girl party because we have to go pick up a different recruit in a minute.
Oh yeah, I haven't done that yet, so
okay. You want to skip it?
No, let's just do it.
Okay.
Yeah, let's just do it. It's not a
fade to black. Where the fuck am I? Where is this? My save file identifies this place as headquarters.
Yeah, I think our save file is spoiling the game for us because this is not necessarily headquarters yet.
Yeah, I just thought we were all here because every place else is fucked up.
Yeah.
No idea what music is playing. I think it's heart softening theme.
It's the headquarters theme, actually. The headquarters theme is already playing.
Okay, but when it is headquarters later, it's heart softening theme, right?
No, it's a little bit different.
Okay.
It's called, I've got it called relaxation time.
Okay.
So I've got relaxation BGM and then relaxation time. There's two different headquarters musics. So fucking figure it out. I don't know.
This season has been the hardest for me to identify music as. I don't know why. There's so many tracks.
I've had to throw my hands up a couple times.
Yeah.
Being like,
I just get so frustrated.
Yeah.
Like, what is it going to be? God damn it. I need to go to Couscous. Couscous?
I think we were saying couscous because we both like couscous,
okay.
Right?
Gotta take care of some business, so I get there. A walk there. Music. Beautiful dancer plays. I speak to a gray-haired lady by the dock. She tells me that some nasty scoundrels have been attacking girls only and they just showed up. I now understand why my party is loaded with women.
Yeah.
I leave the city, then come back. I cross the big wooden bridge in the center of town. There, I spy 3 dudes hanging out. After I cross, we all party out and one of these dudes steps up to the plate. He says, "Hey there, buddy. You must be rich, surrounding yourself with beautiful women like that." My dude looks left, he looks right, and he checks his surroundings. He says, "Hey, because he's like looking to see if there's any cops coming around. Maybe I'm not going to do anything." He says, "Hey, I'm pretty jealous. Say, buddy, why don't you share some of your luck with us?" Anita takes issues with being considered property. Remember Anita, the alcoholic that we picked up?
Another character I don't have yet.
She says, "Why you?" My dude then gets in Anita's face, telling her, "Shut up, little girl." Then we get a choice. Stop, or you can do whatever you like. I know what Chris is picking, so I tell them they can do whatever they like.
Oh, stop it. Stop doing this?
Yeah. The other guy steps forward and says, "We'll take your gold, then we'll take your women too." I get punched in the fucking face.
Oh, like on the screen?
Yeah.
Like there's actual animation?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
The screen fades to black and the music fades to nothing. On screen it says, "Too bad, lover boy." Anita then calls them cowards when someone screams at her to be quiet and give it up.
Oh. Whoa.
Which is just about as creepy as "shut up and take it," Chris.
Yeah.
Portrait character introduced in the black screen. This is Oulan.
Yes.
Seen here in the most badass pose available, looking over her left shoulder. She has awesome short auburn hair. Oulan says, "Get your hands off me, you scum." Someone stuttering asks who the hell this is. There's noises of someone getting the shit beat out of them. As Oulan replies, "You still have something to say?" My guy replies with a croaked eek.
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 Music, beautiful dancer resumes. Oulan, facing Rio by himself, asks, "Are you awake yet?" And we get a choice. What's this? Or thanks. I say thanks. Oulan replies, "It might be tough at your size, but you've got to protect women. Aren't I right?" And we get a choice. Yes, or I'll do my best. I say, hell yeah, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
She says, "Good answer. What's your name, Rio?" "My name is Oulan. I was a bodyguard for hire, but now I am out of work. How do you feel? Can you walk? Should I take you somewhere?" We get a choice. I want you to join our group, or no thanks. I tell her I want her skills.
Yeah.
Which is a direct refusal of all the other questions she asked me about taking care of women and also myself. Mm-hmm. Does she think I am pathetic?
Yes.
Okay. Oulan says maybe, but first she wants to hear about her situation. Fade to black. It comes back up, and Oulan says, so you're fighting Highland? I thought you were just a kid, but I guess I was wrong. Okay, I'll do it. It looks like you've got good reason to look for protection. Glad to join you, Rio. Oulan joined our group.
Wow, cool. Oulan seems awesome.
She is.
I can't wait to get her. Would you like to know some more about her, Eric?
I would love to know more about Oulan.
Okay, Oulan is the Chiaku star, the fierce star, which seems to work. She is originally from the Holy Kingdom of Harmonia, which we'll hear more about later.
Is that a music city? I instantly think that's like some kind of city consumed by big bands.
No, I think it's like just the
acapella groups.
It's the Roman Empire equivalent of Suikoden, the Suikoden world, basically. Her weapon, Eric, is her fists. Her fists are the divine breath, called the fist, the iron fist, or the god hand. So,
what?
You know,
great.
Tekken,
awesome.
God hand, you know, it works great. She comes pre-equipped with the Angry Dragon rune, which is a unique signature rune that deals 2x damage to one opponent once per battle. It can be used infinite times when in Berserk state. And you can get in Berserk state by casting Battle Oath on your party. So Oulan and Rio should work together. Unite attacks. She can participate in the tackle attack with somebody we already have, Hannah. So, cool.
Tackle attack.
Tackle attack.
Tackle attack.
The weakest move in Pokemon.
It's not very effective.
Yeah, actually the weakest move is probably Splash, right?
Ask me anything about Pokemon.
Anything about Pokemon. Okay.
Why'd you repeat that?
She has a skill in war battles. She's a support unit. She will protect anyone she is paired with from death. So if you have characters that can die in war battles, just put them with Oulan once you can customize that stuff. She has a bodyguard skill that protects all units against permanent death, which is what I just said. Her wounded quote is, I won't let you win. Her death quote is, I won't let you win.
All right.
Investigations. Secret. Oulan is age 27 from the Holy Kingdom of Harmonia. Her position is the Royal Guard. Her secret is, number 2 is she's one tough bodyguard. That means even if the unit she's is destroyed during a battle, there won't be any fatalities.
Fatality. Flawless victory.
Which I've already said twice.
Excellent.
Secret number 3. It looks like Oulan has a fan club of her own, but all the members are girls.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, sure. Interesting. Secret number 4, I found a memo of hers. It says 906089. I wonder what that can mean. Some kind of code, I guess.
Is it her phone number?
I don't know. Maybe there's a safe we find later. I'm not sure. Her suggestion in the suggestion box is called Girls in Trouble. I still get letters from girls in trouble. As you, my leader now, I will pass them on to you. Please look after them. Her cook-off introduction. You can count on this lady in a pinch. It's the female bodyguard, Oulan. How will she vote today? According to the trivia section on the wiki, despite being a hand-to-hand fighter, she can only wear light armor, but she has the highest defense of all female characters in Suikoden II, which is good to know.
Awesome.
And she is one of 3 characters in this game who have the battle animation based on Street Fighter's Ken.
What?
The others are Zamza, which I think we covered before, and another character we don't have yet. Her strike from using the Angry Dragon rune is a Shoryuken-like move.
Oh, yeah.
So, go Street Fighter. Copyright Capcom.
Chris, Leona also joined.
She did join.
Officially.
Kind of behind the scenes. We did not get a sound, but you know what?
She's a Star of Destiny.
I like the sound, so I'm going to play the sound. Leona has joined the party, the group, whatever. She is the Chihi star, which is the flying star. She's smoking a pipe. What are those long cigarettes called? Those long, pipey cigarettes that you see women smoking?
Oh, with the thing they plug. It's like a cigarette, but there's like a brass holder they plug it into.
Yeah, but it's really long and it's got like a pipe-like end.
I thank you for thinking that I would know that, but unfortunately, there's only one member of this podcast who knows that. Fake net, what the hell is Chris thinking about?
Initializing fake net.
It's just called a long cigarette holder, and you're both probably thinking of Audrey Hepburn.
I don't know why I said women. Like anybody can. I feel like you see them in
my
like
head,
Eastern
the image
cultures.
is like a lounge chair that you that's low to the ground that you sit on and smoke while fanning yourself.
Out
in the hot Paris sun.
Well, anyway, she's holding one in her official artwork.
Smoking. Depictions of smoking.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're in agreement that smoking does look extremely cool, but you should never do it.
Yes, as evidenced by Metal Gear Solid 1.
Yeah, dude.
I do it. Good.
Okay, Leona's joined, and she's not a combatant in this game, so we don't have any weapons or war party stuff or anything in there, but she does provide a valuable HQ service, which is she can change your party for you, which finally, we can do that. I think she blows Sanchez out of the water as the primary person who changes your party. I guess Matthew could have done it too, but...
it's so much more efficient. It's like the options are so streamlined. They're fast. They're quick. There's some exchange options. Like it is... Leona is much... I mean, of course, Sanchez, a dirty, rotten cheat, right? Mm-hmm. So, of course, Leona's better at her job.
Yeah.
Plus, bartenders have a lot of good skills anyway.
That's true. It's really true. She's age 32. She's from Toto Village in the Muse Principality, and her position is the rear guard for some reason, although I don't think she can actually protect a rear by being in the war battles, but whatever. Secret number 2, she's originally from Toto. When it went up in flames, she was pretty broken up, but didn't want to let it show in front of the other customers. Secret number 3, she may complain, but that's just for show. The truth is, she loves taking care of kids. She doesn't have any suggestions for the suggestion box or cook-off introduction. She likes her food and her conversations spicy. It's Leona.
That was almost like a Clay Davis shit.
That's all I've got for Leona. Thank you, Leona, for joining.
Let's go to Radat, where music, Her Sigh.
This is the best town song.
Yeah? You think so?
It is. Do you remember it?
Not at the moment, but it's playing underneath us right now, so the audience sure does.
It really is. It's my favorite one.
Small town, Eastern influence, bit of a throwback to all the southern towns in the original Suikoden that had Eternal Flow as their theme to me.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. It's got the same vibe here.
NPCs.
Visually.
There's a guy at the entrance who asked where we came from and knows we're not from Two Rivers. And that's a theme I'm finding in this game, is people being like, yo, you ain't from here.
Yeah.
What's going on?
I think we previously wondered if they're like recognizing something about Rio's accent because he's actually speaking in these cases, or is it maybe it's the way he looks? I don't know. Like I can't tell a difference visually.
I imagine we're like covered in like blood and battle scars, so we've got our weapons on us the entire time. So it's like, where the hell did you come from?
You carry tonfa.
Your army doesn't have uniforms.
Yeah.
A wandering lady has heard about Grandmire, so I guess news of beheadings and head postings travels fast.
Yeah, the word has traveled around pretty quickly. We also find some kid who tells us where the sluice gate is.
Yes.
Which is good information for later, I guess.
I love when RPGs have sluice gates.
Yes.
The man in the bottom right says, that Richmond is something all right. I guess he really does know everything after all. Off to his left, in the shadows by the item store, who do we find? It's Richmond. He looks like an idiot 16-year-old.
An idiot. He does have this like massive square jaw though.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you can see it in his character portrait, but in his official artwork, he has a kitten in his coat.
A kitten?
Yes.
Oh, I love him now.
Yeah.
Traveling kitten man. I thought he looked like a jackass, but now I'm all up. He says, I'm sorry, I'm busy, come back later.
Yeah.
Who'd you find in the upper part running around?
Fucking Stallion was here.
He's running fast as hell through the north end.
Yeah, just aimlessly.
Yeah, because he's got that energy. He just did a 5-hour energy. Nobody will take me seriously. I tell you, it was tough running away from the Highland Army like I did, if you can actually catch up to him.
Don't have their name here, sorry, but somebody in the YouTube comments, or maybe it was Twitter, it could have been Twitter, said that they always read Stallion in terms of his voice as speaking like Blur from the Transformers movie.
Michael Moschita, John Moschita?
Yes, the Micro Machines guy.
Yeah.
A reference for people that are a very specific age.
This is the Micro Machine Man presenting the most midget miniature motorcade of Micro Machines. Each one has dramatic details, terrific trim, precision paint job, plus incredible...
There's a lady in a yellow robe who tells me that Shu's place is the mansion off to the east, and she wonders how he got so rich so young. A little girl in the northwest tells me a piglet salesman comes here sometimes, but not for pets, for slaughter and eating. I made that last part up.
Those piglets are cute. That's a little bit of a tip-off of the farming shit that we're going to get into later. So,
a lady says her grandson was at the Merc Fort, and she wonders what happened to him. I think it's funny that we are the people who ran the Merc Fort could be in our party right now. We don't even ask her what the guy's name was.
Yeah, I'm sorry, lady. He has died.
You know who it was, Chris?
It was Pawn. Not Pawn.
Pohl. The character who died and then no one ever spoke of again.
Is it actually Pohl? Is there a way to figure that out?
No, I have no idea.
Oh,
I'm just speculating. Like, it's got to be him, right?
It's got to be. Yeah. Wow. I didn't think about that. Good call.
There's a house out back with a large backyard, a wooden laundry basket, and a clothesline. Immediately, I assume Sarah lives here, the only woman in the world capable of doing laundry.
Yes, the laundry house.
But this is actually Yoshino, a lady with glasses and a green shirt. In her portrait, she's looking to her left. She says, hello there. Pardon me, but who are you? Are you a friend of my husband?
Oh, so this is the famous Yoshino, which we learned about in Freed Y's character profile.
This is Freed's wife.
And she's also a glasses person, so glasses people must be married. That's how it works.
But yeah, they have to like compensate for each other's weaknesses until LASIK is invented.
Yeah. I don't know if she says any... I'm assuming she says something different if you do have Freed in your party, but who would have Freed in their party right now?
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I think in my playthrough later, you bring Freed, you can go get her. It's fine. Appraisal shop?
Yes, there's a kid in here that says Lebrante?
Yeah,
Lebrante James from Multiverses.
Jesus fucking Christ, Chris.
LeBron's pretty fun to play in that game.
My dad calls him LeBaron. LeBron, the appraiser, is a portrait character. He's bald as hell and seems to either have one eye or something going on with his eyes. I can't tell.
I thought he had a monocle.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah,
so
he's a praiser.
Oh, right. So
like the Monopoly man.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, I assume appraisers have that like telescoping eye thing, like diamond people do.
Yeah, that's true.
I make him appraise my old book, Volume 4.
Oh.
Forget where I got that. Item shop?
Item shop.
Item shop.
Yeah, there's some dude in here talking about how he saw the sound set in rare finds in here.
Yeah, and I get sound sets 15 and recipe 18 from the rare items here.
Oh, cool.
More things for my inventory.
I got sound set number 5.
Nice.
And a speed ring, which is actually really good. I gave it to Rio. It adds defense and speed. There's a lady here that says I can never go upstairs. That means never.
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 Can't do it.
Did you go upstairs?
We forgot to render the top. No, she's blocking it.
Oh, so. Man. Finally, the last place I go to in this episode is the dock. You go anywhere else before here?
The dock, you mean like the bridge?
Yeah, by Shoe's place.
I didn't cover that until I actually had to go there later.
So. Well, then next time we're going to the dock.
Well, I got one more thing. Sorry.
Okay.
I do have one more thing.
One more thing before next time, before we go to the dock.
Well, we know Radat Town is full of folks and buildings, but we did not talk about what kind of stuff is lying around here.
Oh,
Eric.
What kind of stuff you got to see, Chris?
Sealed jars.
Hell yeah.
Barrel filled with vegetable waste.
Ship those sealed jars to Jarburg.
What's vegetable waste? It's like broth, maybe?
I think like vegetable waste to me is like, you know, when you buy broccoli and you cut the floury part off and like there's like the rind, like the shaft left over, that's vegetable waste. People make broth out of that, but like that's just shit that I throw away. It's a corn husk, like the parts of the corn you don't eat. It's a cherry stem. Cherry's a fruit, but that's also a waste. It's artichoke leaves after you've scraped the good shit off of them. Name another vegetable. It's the asparagus little spears with the parts you snap off. Name another vegetable. I'll tell you how you can waste it. Tomatoes, no waste whatsoever. Eat the whole fucking thing.
Brussels sprouts is the outer leaves.
The outer leaves, and like you cut off that part at the end too, that little like root part.
Yeah,
All vegetables have waste. All vegetables have waste. Name another vegetable. Let's talk about we can waste it. Kale, you don't eat the fucking middle of the stems. You don't eat that
Carrots.
shit. Carrots, you fucking scrape off the top part with the carrot peeler. All vegetables have waste. VegetableWaste.com. Read about vegetable waste.
All right, well.
God, I'm into this shit.
What about ceramic pot?
You can't waste that. It's what you put the vegetable waste in.
Water-filled pot.
That's to drink out of.
Yeah. Sturdy bench.
To sit on.
Worn-out pot.
You don't want it anymore. It's the pot you put all the shitty shit in.
Yeah, and a flower bed of 4 o'clocks.
4 o'clocks?
It's the name of a flower.
Are you sure?
They're called 4 o'clocks.
Okay. You say so.
I mean, I
don't know.
Take the game's word for it. And that's all of the interesting things I found around town here. Not too much. And next time we can go find more interesting things, like maybe we'll meet Shu and learn about what's up with this weirdo dude. And we can go on from there. But first, let's consult the RealNet.
Initializing RealNet.
Hello, morning RealNet. Or afternoon RealNet. European RealNet. Wherever you are, RealNet. You're here with us in the morning while we're drinking coffee. Okay, the first part of the RealNet is like, we can't hear you, we can't see you, what the hell's going on? But then we got it.
Sensory deprived RealNet.
Flipminic says, Big Tube is silencing small content creators, call your congressman.
Big Tube.
MattCat83 says, local control of populations. The feudal system was premised on land ownership only by a privileged class of gentry. And people complain today about their landlords. Imagine being a serf, not even a sharecropper. I don't know what the context was on that, but I'm sure we were talking about land ownership earlier. Maybe Neclord squat in that castle.
Yeah.
In relation to sword clicking, MattCat83 says, conscious swords tend to be bloodthirsty in fantasy. Cool swords come with clicky sound effects. Shy Guy 32 says it's one of those Hollywood sounds. SSD Ninja says dramaticnoise.com. Shy Guy 32 says if your sword is making noise and it's unsheathed, then you're basically dulling it. The standard unsheathed noise is metal against metal.
I love the idea of conscious swords. Like it happens so often that it's a thing.
is when Megatron transforms into a handgun, whatever those, what kind of gun does he transform into?
A Walther P-38?
Yeah. Is he a conscious sword?
I don't think so, because like Starscream in popular like aims and fires wherever. Megatron doesn't even talk when he's in gun form, does he?
Yeah, it's really a waste of Megatron.
Yeah. But, I mean, it's not a waste because it's like an ultra-powerful gun. It one-shots people. It's the golden gun from GoldenEye, but it's Megatron.
Yeah. Flipminic says, I know someone on Reddit town. Blacky Mar says, wait, I need to put my shoes on. How many times are we getting confused each other by saying shoe?
My shoes are off when I do this podcast.
Me too.
Well, yeah, you're at home.
Yeah.
I wear shoes into your home.
Shy Guy 32 says, Palika is actually Barbarossa in disguise.
Fuck. Reincarnated into the body of a young girl.
Tokame says, all caps, protect women, yeah, in relation to Oulan. I haven't even met Oulan in my playthrough yet, and I really like her, just based on the description.
I have her and Anita in my present party.
Tokame says, isn't that thing in Leona's hand just called a pipe? I guess we probably should have said that, but I feel like it's more than a pipe. Yeah, okay. Mm-hmm.
It's a device for smoking tobacco, Chris.
Yeah, it's a thing that Goemon, Legend of the Mystical Ninja, beats people with.
Hot reference, but not one that I can think of.
Have you not played Legend of the Mystical Ninja on the Super Nintendo? Or I think there was an N64 version?
I think the N64, was that one localized? I know what you're talking about, but
possibly.
I haven't played it. Yeah.
I have no idea. Mr. Slyke says, add Uber to multiverses. That's all I've got for the RealNet today. This morning.
Good morning.
We'll see you next time, RealNet. This episode is a production of Retrograde Amnesia, recorded on August 21st, 2022. You can find us on Twitter at RetroAmnesiaPod. You can email us, podcast@retrogradeamnesia.com. Support us on Patreon at patreon.com/retroam. You can get early access, bonus episodes for $3. Those bonus episodes are usually related to the season at hand or previous seasons. There's mini-series for $5. Access to the RealNet, $1. Mark.
Shepard.
Thanks, Mark.
Shepard. You're welcome, Chris.
Mark for $1.
Until next time, Eric.
Yes, we will kill God.
And now you may go back to sleep. A classic outro here on retrogradeamnesia.com. It is the opposite, because usually like you're always slightly disappointed by the comparison of the actual thing to like the marketing photos or whatever, but that thing exceeded it. I love it so much.
That wasn't my intro bit. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I just now pressed record. So yeah, when Brooke was like, why did you get that? And I was like, because when I look at it, it makes me happy.
There you go. That's all you need.
Yeah.
Justify any of that shit to an extent.
Like, is Victor working for somebody? I mean, not Victor. I'm sorry. Thanks, Mark. Yeah, this episode will be out on the 16th, January 16th on Patreon, and the 30th on the free feed. So I would expect that we'll be done. We'll be done or nearly done with the Panzer Dragoon by the time.
I also have my shittiest regular controller if you need that.
Oh, cool.
And only composite. Sorry, no component.
Oh, well.
For 5 minutes.
That actually would be good reference material, because I've been fucking with CRT filters and everything on the emulator
side by side
to try to get the look that I want. And I think I got it looking pretty good. But having that reference material would be excellent. Thank you.
It's a morning episode. We're supposed to be sharp and on our shit. I don't understand why we can't think.
Please continue your fucking thought. I have no idea where we were. Sorry. Neclord. He's also a fucking, what's the word? Nope. Who are the guys who make chimeras? Alchemist.
Yeah.
There we go. Transmutating vampire alchemist.
Transmorgification.
Anyway, go ahead. Oh, come on, Divine of the Side Breath.
Side Beast.
Recently, my mom was hosting a baby shower for my cousin and my cousin's dad, my uncle.
My uncle? You mean my cousin's dad?
I like that game.
Multiverses? I've heard it's all right. I've heard it's surprisingly, like, if you can get a non-cynical take out of yourself, that it's decent.
If you can get rid of all the periphery stuff, I really like that game. The online's great. The game's pretty easy to pick up and play.
Chris, it's currently August 21st, 2022. When this episode airs, is that game still have an active player base? Yes,
because it's free to play and it's really smartly put together.
Okay.
It's put together like Apex Legends or Fortnite or whatever, where there's like battle pass stuff, things to unlock. I think they've done it correctly, and they give you enough to play for free that it's still going. And I think it's going to get, like, the online is so good that I think it's going to get a good, like, tournament, like esportsy community because it's so good. And the 2v, like, the game's built around 2v2 stuff, and there's a lot of cool things. Like, if you're LeBron, you throw a behind the back pass to somebody, they can throw the ball back in the air and you can lob it and you can dunk it on someone's face.
Wow.
It's great.
It's good.
Bugs Bunny's good too.
Well, it's been the Metaverse Minute, folks.
Sorry.
Con,
yeah.
No, you say it.
Con assures Victor that he'll be back. Bastard.
Yeah.